I'm just going to do a short intro video for a new course that I will be offering in the new year. And the course is all about the Bhagavad Gita. It's like an introduction to the Bhagavad Gita. And this is for yoga teacher training students, but it could be valuable to anyone who actually wants to get into the Gita. We're going to be using this translation, Eknath Eswaran translation of the Gita, which is really good. This is really excellent translation. It's good for beginners especially. And we're going to go through all 18 chapters. I'm going to do a video for each chapter. And we're going to talk about many of the issues, especially, obviously, we're going to talk about yoga because that's really the main theme of the whole Gita is yoga. And we're going to talk about the different paths of yoga that Krishna outlines in the Gita, talks about in the Gita. We're going to talk about karma and dharma. We're going to talk about Atman and Brahman and the different definitions that are given of yoga throughout the Gita. There's a few that are given. We're going to talk about the deeper significance and how it relates to our lives right now, especially with the wars that are happening in the world right now. Obviously, the Israel-Hamas war, the war between Ukraine and Russia, and different wars, but mainly we're talking about the inner conflicts that we all have. The war within ourselves, and how the Bhagavad Gita can be useful, helpful in navigating our own world that we inhabit on a day-to-day basis. I was thinking that I could do the introduction. Hopefully we won't have too many interruptions here. That we will do the introduction to the Bhagavad Gita right now. We can talk a little bit about the Bhagavad Gita. Obviously, you could look online. You could go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia has a very good, very lengthy and involved introduction to the Bhagavad Gita. But let's just talk about the basic facts. Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad Gita is sometimes called the Gita. It has different names. Gita means song. Bhagavad is really Bhagavan, which means Lord or God. The Song of God has different translations into English, but we could say the Song of God, the Song of the Lord. The Lord, in this case, being Krishna, who is an avatar of Vishnu, which means he is Vishnu incarnate, and Vishnu is the preserver or the maintainer of the universe through Dharma. So Krishna comes down, Krishna incarnates in order to restore Dharma to humanity, to the world. And the Bhagavad Gita is 700 verses, 18 chapters, 700 verses in Sanskrit, which is the ancient language of India. It's sacred liturgical language, and it is a dialogue between Krishna. Again, he's the avatar of Vishnu, although it's not clear from the beginning that he is that until later. But Krishna is driving the chariot of Arjuna, who is the greatest warrior of the time. And he is the head of this clan called the Pandavas, and they're going to battle with the Kauravas. The Kauravas really are their own kinsmen, and they're fighting over the kingdom. Who's going to be the ruler of the kingdom? And they cannot make peace in any other way except going to battle. And the Bhagavad Gita starts with Arjuna and Krishna in the chariot together, and Arjuna basically gets like cold feet. He he realizes he's about to go kill his own people, his cousins, uncles, teachers, mentors from when he was young. He's gonna do battle with them and possibly kill them, and he gets very disturbed and he gets very upset. And Krishna, and he says to Krishna, I'm gonna, I don't want to fight. I can't do this. But I will listen to what you have to say, Krishna, because I value, you're my friend, and I value what you have to say. I know you are wise. He doesn't realize that Krishna is who Krishna really is at this point, it seems. But he says to Krishna, I'm not going to do this, but I will listen to what you have to say. And Krishna embarks on this this long discourse about philosophy and the nature of reality and yoga and all these concepts that we will talk about in this course. Let's just say a few other things. So that's a little bit of background in that regard. The Bhagavad Gita, most scholars date it sometime between 200 and 500 BCE. So it's about 2300 years old. It's a small section of this great epic called the Mahabharata, which is the great Indian epic. There's two great epics in India. There's the Mahabharata and there's the Ramayana, and the Bhagavad Gita is a small section of this great epic, and it's just like stuck right in the middle. And we're not going to talk too much about the greater epic. We're going to focus mainly on the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is also considered to be an Upanishad, which is one of the sacred texts dealing with yoga. It not necessarily an Upanishad, but it's considered to be like an Upanishad. We will talk a little bit about what the Upanishads are. The Bhagavad Gita is also considered to be like basically like the New Testament of India. It's the most held in the highest regard, the text or scripture that is held in the highest regard in India, in Hinduism. And it has influenced many, many people to this very day. We're going to talk about Gandhi, for example, Gandhi's approach to the Gita. We are going to, get into what different people have said about the Gita. But mainly we're going to focus on what the Gita says. We're going to mainly use the English, but we will also delve into the Sanskrit a little bit. And we'll bring in some of the important concepts in Sanskrit that we want to focus on a little bit. Obviously, like karma and dharma and moksha and concept maya and those kinds of concepts, guru, the different paths of yoga, jnana, bhakti, raja, karma. We will talk all about those things. Let's see, what else can we say right now that is important? Each video that I'm going to be doing is going to be probably about 45 minutes to an hour. You can watch it on your own time. It will just give you, I'll be reading each chapter and then talking basically and giving a little deeper insight into it. I am not a scholar of this. I am not trained in the scholarship of this. I have just been a student of yoga for about 25 years myself, over 25 years. So I have some good background. I'm not maybe the greatest in regard to talking about the Bhagavad Gita, but I do have a kind of a broad background in philosophy and religion. So I have a lot to say about all these things, and I'm sure I can bring in some interesting things that perhaps have not been brought in before. I'm also a student of A Course in Miracles, and I will bring in A Course in Miracles every so often because there's great similarity between these, between the Gita and what A Course in Miracles teaches. Obviously, I'm going to bring in Vedanta, which is the philosophy of based in the Vedas, in the Upanishads, really. And Advaita Vedanta, which is non-dual Vedanta, but also there's other forms of Vedanta, which we will talk about, and we'll get into the issue of what is the Bhagavad Gita in terms of what kind of Vedanta it falls into. And let's see what else. I think that one of the main things is that we will be making this relevant to ourselves in this day and age, in this moment in time. How can this be relevant to us on our personal journeys? And something you'll probably hear me say if you do the course is we are all let me just put it this way. You can see yourself as Arjuna, and you can see yourself as Krishna, and it might be helpful to do that to put yourself in the role of, or in the, see yourself as Arjuna and also see yourself as Krishna. And as far as, I'm going to make this very doable in terms of price. This course is probably going to be under $40. So it's very doable. You can pay, I will also let you know how you can make the payments. I'll put it in the description of this video. I do have a Patreon page, and also PayPal and Venmo and Zelle and other ways that you can make your payment. If you want to check out this channel is called Truly Helpful Life. You can see some of my other videos, what I've been doing, and I think as I go along, I'm getting better and better about how I'm conveying these things, and hopefully I'm getting better in presenting them in an easy to understand way, and also easy breezy conversation, not too hard to fathom or understand what is being said. So and I try to put the scripture into easy to understand language as well, to make the concepts a little bit easier. So I hope this all is sounding good. Please feel free to leave a comment or a question if you have one. And I think that's good for right now. The course is going to start soon, but it's basically going to be all the month of January 2024. So all you need to do the course is just listen, check out the videos that I'm going to be presenting, and they'll be, throughout this month of January coming up. We're right before the new year right now. So you'll see them if you want to, and if you want to do the course, it's best to pay up front. That will help me, and that will help to make your commitment. And this is also good for yoga, like I said, yoga teacher training students, and for continuing education, if you want to use this for continuing education for your yoga studies. So let me know if you have any thoughts or questions or comments, and I hope to see you in the course. I think we're also going to have Zoom every so often. We're going to have a Zoom where we all get together and talk, and you can ask whatever questions you have, and you can also ask me any questions through email, and I'll put my email on there as well. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.